Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us for the Grand Marais Weekly Update meeting. This is Pippi Mayfield. I am the Public Engagement and Communication Director for MnDOT, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Ed Welch, our project manager on this.
I'm Ed Welch, the project engineer with MnDOT for the project, and with us we have Heath Lyon with KGM as well. Bringing you the weekly update for the Grand Marais project. So Heath, if you want to go ahead and talk about the progress over the past week, you can go ahead and do so.
Yeah, so last week, just before 4th of July weekend, we were able to get one lift of asphalt on Broadway intersection and open that to a four-way stop. This week we paved the other two lifts, and it's currently in a four-way stop right now. And then over at 8th Avenue West, we got all the sanitary sewer installed, started working on the storm sewer. We're going to continue the storm sewer on the north half of that this week. And we began our milling and asphalt paving on the west end, south end of the project, heading towards town. That'll continue through this week. And then next week we'll get the north half of 8th graded up. We should be able to pull the barricades and that stop it out hopefully midweek. We'll get curb and gutter and sidewalk installed mid to end of next week at 8th. And we're working on culvert. We actually installed culvert 3 the beginning of this week, north or east of town. And we are right now installing culvert 6, which should take us through this week. And we will jump up to culvert 11 next week. Redstone Construction is currently working on the head wall footing foundation at the box culvert at my sister's place.
Alrighty. Thank you. And then I guess in terms of traffic control changes that people may have seen, like Heath mentioned, we opened up Broadway Avenue to a four-way stop condition. They just got a bit more finishing work there, and then that should be opened up and fully operational soon here. Other traffic control changes, we have flagging going on with the milling and paving operation on the west or south end of the job outside of town. And then we also have some temporary signals controlling culvert traffic. That'll be temporarily until we get those. At each culvert, it'll be either flagging or temporary signal control. So that kind of wraps up the progress so far this past week, what we're looking ahead at doing, and traffic control changes. So if there are any questions now, you can go ahead and take those.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. So I have just a question, maybe not about right now, but for future, like off-season construction. Will the stoplight and the four-way stop on 5th Street, sort of at the ends where the old Gunflint Trail comes down and the new Gunflint Trail, will those traffic control devices still be in place over the winter, or will they be removed? You know?
Currently, the original plan was to remove those when we do not have the detour in place. But currently we're having some internal discussion to determine whether it might make sense to leave those in. So we don't have a final answer on that quite yet.
Okay.
But when we do know, we will make sure and update and
Perfect.
let everybody that needs to know that.
Thank you.
Ed, can you hear me? This is Michael.
Yep, I can hear you.
What is the status of the box culvert by my sister's place? Sounds like we're doing the head wall up there. Is the box culvert in completely?
So there's kind of the half of the box culvert that we can get in right now is currently in place. So we need to form up that head wall and the apron to go with it that is cast in place. So Heath, I think you were thinking probably 2-3 more weeks in order to finish up the work on that north side. And there's some additional work in the area that needs to happen before we can flop traffic over to the other side and work on the south half, correct?
Yeah, about Redstone's got about 2 to 3 weeks to form and pour that head wall along with the concrete pad for the inlet pad. And then right around the 27th of July is when I'm looking at least flopping that small segment over and putting the barricades, putting traffic on the other side of the barricades onto the new box, and then we'll install the second half of that box that week. So by August 3rd, that entire box should be installed.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you all for joining. We did record this, so we will post it on the project page, and we will have another update meeting next week, the same time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.